Hello and welcome, fellow architects and faithful followers, to the stream. We continue. We will most likely finish the Electro Scout run. Going very smoothly. Outside of the nastiness that was that what the, all right. Like off stream, I was kind of messing around just to see any new items that had changed, or yeah, there was that nasty triad fight that wasn't very much fun. Last thing we did on stream was we defeated Demon Prince, which we might want to do again. And yeah, we have a lot to level now. 74k to level up. You might want to fight the Demon Prince again, just because I want to. I know Noah was looking forward to seeing me fight those guys, like the DLC bosses in the Ring City. So I might do that at some point. We're just gonna run. Oh, Dragon Rider Halberd. With magic. Huh. I haven't found that. Shield of the Hunted. Shield Bash. Soul Absorption. Interesting. I haven't seen any of those things. Like I said, I need to do a run where I'm picking up a lot more stuff. That didn't even need to roll, just run forever. Into this part already. The crystal lizard's dead. And I checked in this little alcove. There's nothing in here yet. I think in the next update they're gonna put the modder's gonna put something in this little room underneath the adjudicator right down here. Damage did that do? Oh my goodness. No damage.
Many of us are fire.
Get out of here. Out for these items. There's so many new items added. Is this still nothing? Yeah. See, this over here, is this still an ember? And probably also still where. Oh, no, infusing essence. So better than ember. Still nothing over here. Keep my eyes peeled for any new chests. And that's the way, yeah. That's alright. Hurry up. Trying to clear a path here because I think I might need to cheese dude, what's his name? Blade Master Hodier. Which we cheesed him last time off of a cliff the way I came. Oh. This is usually a hollow gem, but get that chunk now. Oh, he's got glaze, dual glaze, like you should. Oh my gosh, that damage! Of course he does that much damage. Pilgrim Spittoon. Oh, I'm not sure where to find some of these items. Can't even take a guess where that one is. Oh man, NPC is in their HP. Yep. And then isn't there 3 here? Hey, no, hello Noah. How you doing? Welcome. Hope you are doing well. Thanks, how are you? Great. Great. Yeah. Just kind of getting through the area here. Where's this? This is Ring City. Come on. This guy Beyblading, he's using the split leaf greatsword or split leaf glaive. And yeah, he's spinning like a top right here. This is kind of what you do with this weapon. So come on. See, you just keep spinning it as much as you want there. You got Gundir's armor, yeah, and he's actually a reference to basically people have been going so stir crazy over Elden Ring and how there's absolutely no info for Elden Ring that people have started making up their own lore. So basically, this guy, Slave Master Hodir, is a reference to a made-up boss in the made-up game of Elden Ring, or the fan-made Elden Ring game. Oh. And so he's supposed to be this incredibly hard boss. And the modder was just like, hey, you know what would be fun if we just put him in the game. Darn it. Yeah, it's pretty great. Yeah, there's apparently on the Elden Ring subreddit, people are going just so stir crazy because there's no info about any of the game, and we want another Souls-like so bad from Software. Nope. So he drops the Elden Ring when you kill him. Which I believe just gives you like more attack power, right? Yeah, boost physical attack. It said that he once resided within the Stonehaven Sanctuary, which is a made-up place that... that's why, yeah, I was trying to lure him onto the ledge and then just punch him to death. Stonehaven Sanctuary is a made-up place that fans on the subreddit made up. And it's like... So it appears you have made a grave mistake. Alright, well there's that. And... let's see... Well, now it's a soft cap for faith. We're at 40. And... What do we got here? 28. Let's see. We're going a little more endurance here. The Elden Ring, yeah. Oh, Elden Ring. But why? What seeketh thee? Let's go to Violent Shrine, because now that you're here, Noah, we can fight Demon Prince, and I can show you that fight. And we can do all the other fights as well. Alright. 50k. Oh, I have 200 bone shards? What? Oh my goodness, look at all the ashes I have. Let's see. One of these things here. Ah, Soli! Hello. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend. And same to you. I was looking at your it was a good night last night, Soli. It was good hanging out with you for a bit. Oh. Alright, so here it looks like you're getting there. Only like I think you only need like 12 or 14 more followers, so you can get 50 followers, which will help you to get affiliate. That would be cool if you got that. All right, so we have the two dudes here. One's aggressive, one's passive. And what you want to do is you want to just don't lock on, keep track of what they're doing. It's actually a really good fight because you know what's gonna do what. The passive one, the one that's not on fire. Oh, you're watching? Yeah, I'm still doing the rolling build, like doing damage via rolls and punching. We're gonna finish it tonight, though. it's not just rolling, but so like that's a great little thing that they did here. If you're too very far away, they'll have that those particle effects, those purple particle effects that really let you know where the attack is going to be. So it's actually an extremely useful thing. Whoop. Now at some point, this one's on fire is going to exhaust himself and go into like the poison like passive mode. Should be right now. Okay, there it is. So now they're both in the passive mode. They both are spitting poison, or actually this is actually venom, or like toxic. But he's charging up again. I know we can get out of the way there. See, the great thing about this fight is the tells are very obvious. You can tell very clearly what they're going to be doing. You can roll into attacks a lot to dodge the attacks from the fire mode one. So it's like you gotta kind of divide your attention here to know what they're doing. And it's a lot easier than most other 2-on-1 fights in the series, I think. Okay. Just roll into that attack right there, no problem. I hear that can go him screeching, which means he's charging up for his fire phase. And also, it's very easy to stay underneath them, because for the most part, you're gonna stay underneath them and avoid their claw attacks. So that's no problem. And you want to focus on. Actually, I want to focus on pain first, so I'll focus on this guy now. But ideally, you want to focus mainly on the one who's aggressive, because he's the one who's going to be up in your face more. But you don't necessarily have to. Is Frida harder than them? I think so. If phase 3 especially. Like, you know, if you've been staying still for too long, you know that the purple one's going to shoot the purple mist at you, and it's going to give you that very nice tell. That at least a nice tell there where it's like, hey, it's going to get out of this area. Sure you never running too much away from the purple one, with the poison mode one. Don't run away away from him, because then you might get hit by the. You're gonna kind of run diagonally from him. Probably the hardest part of this part of the fight is when they're both in fire mode, like this. When they're both charged up like this, then it's not a lot harder to get a hit on them because they're both going to be. But generally, they're programmed when they're programmed so that when two of them are in fire mode, one of them will try to get out of it. The one who's been in fire mode the longest. I hear like a splashing sound, and that tells me that he's trying to get the poison explosion through there. Also, what's helping this run right now is that I'm pretty fast. I'm a very fast build. So like I'm able to like get a hit in and then just roll away. Does your meter fill when in the purple mist? Yes, it does. So it's actually toxic. So gotta stay away from the purple stuff. Because if you've ever been toxic before, it's pretty much it's not a done deal. So you're not necessarily dead, but you're in a lot worse position. And what I want to do right now is, even though I should be going after the red guy, technically, I kind of want to deal with pain. There's this one over here, the poison one. Make sure I keep track of what their how they're gonna switch modes. Like this one. Gonna charge up soon, the pain one. Turn to fire mode. And the red one will exhaust himself shortly as well. Here he goes into fire mode. He's dead. Alright, at this point, one of them is easy. Okay. This fight is so much fun to me. Like phase 1 is like, that's okay, but phase 2 is really the really fun fight. It always starts with the fireball in the hand. Run forward. Roll if you think you're gonna get hit by that. And you can stay underneath him. I stay locked onto him. It's kind of hard. I have very little range right now. For this one, roll back as soon as he starts to come down. For that one, as soon as you see the particles effects going around his wings, roll forward through it and then run to him. And get it to his left side and start hitting him. You can dodge this total laser thing. As he's finishing the laser, get out of the way. There's gonna be a burst. And he's done. Go back in. You can stay underneath him pretty easily. I have very bad range, so I have to hit him kind of in a particular spot. And again, it's just walk forward, like run forward. Roll into that attack rather than away from it. Oh. Puts up his hand there. He kind of walks forward, turns. That's a grab attack. They turn, hand up in the air, full of fire, and it slams it down. Go forward, run to him. Tries to create distance from you so he can do the laser, but if you run up to him, he can't do anything. Oh! Got a stun. See, if he moves to your left, while also like kind of putting his arm up, you know he's gonna try to hit you. So watch his arms. This is supposed to be watching the arms fight. This is running forward. That was him trying to swipe me. the ultimate again with the laser. Staying right here to get him in the right spot. There we go. Weird spot for him to be in to do this, but you get a laser, laser, laser. Get out of the way. He's gonna do the big burst, which hurts you. Boom! That little like that boom! That final blast that hurts you if you're standing next to him. Forward. Move his legs. Oh man, that fight's so good. That fight is so good. Fight looks dumb hard, not gonna lie, really. As long as you know how to deal with each attack, it's not too bad. Let's see. Let's make it even 30. All right, so there's that. Definitely gonna test your ability to manage 2-on-1 fights, but again, I think out of all the fights in this whole series, Demon in Pain and Demon from Below are the easiest to manage, a 2-on-1 fight to manage, because you can clearly see what they're doing. Hitboxes are very tight. You can often stand underneath the more aggressive one. The one that's passive is giving you a very easy tell for what he's doing. He doesn't have like a ton of abilities. If you're far enough away, you know he's going to do like the poison, like line attack with the one that explodes. And then Demon Prince has a lot of HP, but his tells again are very easy to read. You know, yeah, like once you know how to react to each tell, it's pretty consistent. I guess I'm still scared though. Also, Medeer time. Yeah, I can do Medeer next. I'm gonna run through here. Just run into the bonfire. Is that going in the order you were going to? I was just asking. Okay. Yeah, I will do Medeer next probably, but I'm just going to do a few side things first. Let's see here. I'm a traveler. Is there anything else? Nope. For this, I'm gonna see if I can. Oh, there it moves. Okay, we got another NPC over here. No. No, shut it. Oh. I was gonna try to cheese him by tackling him off the side. You know what we'll do? He's gonna try to climb the ladder, right? Yeah. Here's what we're gonna do. He's gonna climb the ladder, he's gonna get up, and then we're gonna tackle him. It'll be great. Here we go. Come on, come on. Oh no! no! Ugh. Something I forgot actually is the I needed to push him away from the ladder because the ladder was stopping him from falling. This is just prism stones, right? Yep. Is this still the preacher head? Yeah. Oh no, Monka S. That was Monka S. Well, this worked pretty well last time. Wasn't even trying to cheese him like this, but... Oh! I think he's got the Makoto, so it's a Demon Souls weapon. Yeah, unlike me, he has quite a lot more health than I do. Yeah, he sure does. He's Japanese inspired. I think he has the Easterner set from Dark Souls 1. I'm not sure, 100% sure though. Here should be good. He attacks me right here. Okay, he fell. And now... he's stuck on one of the guys that isn't moving. It's Cinema exclusive. I think there are some sets in the game that are like very what Japanese inspired, like that one. But that one might be a Cinders mod thing. No. You know, one good cheese deserves another, so maybe we could just do this again. How much health did he lose? Probably most of it. Yep. Nope. There he is. Makoto. Ever played the Nier games? I have not. I've seen some people playing it. I've seen it played. Wasn't sure if it was really for me after I watched the playthrough. There we go. That's better. I know there's a ninja one. It's like the shadow. Yeah, the shadow set has that. Yeah, Makoto is a Demon Souls reference. It's a katana, in case you couldn't tell. Where is it? Rakuyo, Chaos Blade, Dark Drift. There it is. Yeah, Bleed and Poison. So it's actually a very strong katana if you can level that up. Let's see, what are we doing here? We wanted to make little detours here. Oh. But yes, it's also it's Cinder's mod. Yeah. But I mean, there's a ton of weapons in the game, in the vanilla game, like so many, but it's just like this mod adds so much. But Sekiro: Remnant from the Ashes, I did a playthrough of Sekiro. I have not played Remnant from the Ashes yet. I heard it was a Souls-like, so I will want to at least give it one attempt. But Sekiro was good. I enjoyed Sekiro well enough. It didn't like keep my attention, unlike the Souls games, because there's not as many like builds and other kind of fun options in Sekiro. Sekiro is kind of like, it's a good game, right? It's just sort of like you play through it once and you're kind of done with it. At least that was my experience. Doesn't have the sort of the variety that the Souls games have. Interesting. I'm not embered. I thought he didn't invade you if you weren't embered. Alright, well I was going to ember, but I guess I'll just he's right here over here. So this is just a refight with Alva. So Dark Souls, what would you say have been your favorite games? Final Fantasy X, 7, 6, and 5 are all like, some of my favorites. And then I played through most of the Mario games are pretty amazing. Donkey Kong Country and all of its sequels. That's a proper amount of HP for a dude. This vanilla guy, that's how much HP he should have. Vagrant Story. Vagrant Story was enjoyable for the first playthrough. I had a good enough time with it. So yeah, a number of the Kirby games are really good. Divinity Original Sin 2 is super good. Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced 1 and 2 are awesome. Baldur's Gate 3 is looking amazing. I cannot wait till that game comes out. It's gonna be so hype. The Bravely Default 1 and Bravely Default and Bravely Second are really good. XCOM is good. I think the setting is not really. I'm not as huge a fan of the setting. I prefer like the sword and sorcery type games than like oops. Alright, I think I'm starting to see the kind of games that you like. I'm assuming you play Chrono Trigger too, right? Actually, I don't mind sci-fi, but I have a preference. My favorite kind of setting is science fantasy. Science fantasy is the genre where it's like you combine sword and sorcery with like technology. So most Final Fantasy games are like that. Eberron campaigns in Dungeons and Dragons. It's like that because like you have the Warforged and the Artillerist and stuff like that. So that's really cool. I'm assuming you play Chrono Trigger too, right? Actually, solely, I have not played Chrono Trigger. I know. I'm like the RPG guy, right? But I have not played Chrono Trigger. I just haven't gotten. I keep wanting to think like maybe I should, but then I just never get around to it. But I have played Chrono Cross like 20 times, 15 times, 20 times. I absolutely loved Chrono Cross as a teenager. Bloodstained. Yeah, Bloodstained is a little bit science fantasy. It's more on like the fantasy side than the science side, but there's some guns in there. There's like a train and those sort of like some futuristic elements. So that's kind of my favorite genre. If I had to pick a genre that a game would be, I want it to be like that, where like it's mostly fantasy, sword and sorcery, but there's some room for like steampunk weaponry and airships and stuff like that. That's super cool to me. Chrono Cross was a lot of fun to play too. I'm going to need to get you to play Chrono Trigger at some point. Then it has always been my personal favorite. I mean, it's a lot of people's personal favorite. And I should play it because like I being the RPG guy, I should play through like one of what is often considered to be one of the greatest RPGs ever. I hope it lives up to the hype because there's a lot of RPGs that I really adore. And we'll see, right? I have a thing for like sort of tactical combat, right? I'm not so much into like, despite me loving Dark Souls, I actually don't love it for its like twitch reflexes and stuff like that. I'm not really much of like a action twitch reacting kind of player, like a gamer. I'm more into sort of the tactical like stat, like give me like pages of stats and like a whole bunch of just tons of weapons and armor and spells and leave it to me. I like when a game leaves it to me to figure out what I'm like, how I want to go about playing the game, right? Which is why Dungeons and Dragons is so great. It's why games like XCOM can be really great because they're tactical. Although XCOM again, the setting isn't really for me as much. It has so many endings, and the story is a ton of fun. So if you don't know a ton about it, it'll definitely live up. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I mean, I've played Chrono Cross a lot, like so many times that, and I know it's a sequel to Chrono Trigger. So, well, let's just say I don't understand the plot of Chrono Cross because I suspect a lot of things involve the plot of Chrono Trigger because I don't understand the plot of Chrono Cross. But I enjoy the game, so let's see. Like, I think I think what it is, you know, certain gamers have different preferences, like levels of priority in terms of what's more important, right? You know, maybe graphics or story or gameplay or combat. And for me, the gameplay is like the main thing that draws me to a game. You know, like a game can have, like, obviously it's better to have a good gameplay and good story, right? But if a game has a bad story, I can, let's not do that. If a game has a bad story but good gameplay, I can get by with that. Whereas if a game has a good story but bad gameplay, that's a harder pill for me to swallow. Because I feel like if this game has a good story but bad, or I say bad gameplay, it might not have bad gameplay, but a gameplay that I'm not that interested in. If a game has a good story but bad gameplay, then I kind of feel like, why am I here? Like, you could just show me, I could be just watching a movie right now. Like, why am I participating in the actual game part of this game, right? I don't know. So I was, speaking of that actually, I was watching some gameplay of the Final Fantasy VII Remake demo and listening to people's reactions to it and all that, and I don't know, like I'm very hesitant now that I've seen some of the gameplay, because it's like, yeah, it looks cool, it looks, you know, like it could be some fun, right? But the boss fight with the guard scorpion, or in the case of the remake, they call it the Scorpion Sentinel. Interesting. Did you play Legend of Dragoon? I'm curious what you thought about that gameplay. If so, I have played Legend of Dragoon. I've played up to when I was like 14. I played it up to the final boss. Never actually beat it, but and I liked parts of it. I remember liking parts of it. I remember other parts of it were like kind of tough, kind of grindy. At least the way I was playing. I don't know. Maybe I was doing it wrong. That's definitely possible. I played it a long time ago, but I remember parts of it were cool. I actually think the timing button press system is okay. It's not my favorite system, but I did all right with it. My biggest disappointment, I think, was this is actually why I stopped playing the game. This is true. Is the game hyped up the whole game that I was like, you're gonna get this divine dragon ability, right? And I was so keen on getting that new ability that I played through the whole game, and I was like, I rushed through it and I was like, I want to get this ability. I want to get all the abilities so I can like mess around with it. And I finally get it, and it's at the end of the game. So what I wanted to do, and again, I didn't know anything about the game, so all I knew was that they were hyping this thing up. I want to get it. So what I wanted to do, my plan was to, oh, Pop326, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to unlock the divine dragon transformation, and then I wanted to go back into the rest of the game and use it and like mess around with it, right? But I didn't know that when you enter the final dungeon, you can't leave, which in hindsight it makes some sense, but ever since I was a kid, I've always been the kind of game player who's like, you know, give me all the abilities and let me kind of mess around with it. And kind of like just bummed me out when I was like, oh, I finally got the thing that the game's been hyping up. Let me just play around with it now. And I couldn't really play around with it because it was tied to the final dungeon, and it bummed me out, and I didn't want to play anymore. That's so silly. Now that I'm thinking about it now. I was mainly wondering what you were thinking about the game press play. Yeah, I totally get that disappointment. Yeah, but yeah, no, I think the game was overall good. I remember not liking how limited my inventory was, like how things don't stack. I really don't like when things don't stack. Button press, yeah. Because things really should stack. Like, you know, you buy like you know, healing items and like Phoenix Downs or like raise items, and they don't stack, and I'm like, why don't they? You only have so much inventory space and they don't stack. Because I'm a pack rat. When it comes to RPGs, I'm a total pack rat. I want to carry all my stuff with me, all my weapons and my shields, all with me, and I've always been that way ever since I was a kid, right? So this was me as a kid. I remember playing through Mega Man X, and I played through it like so many times, but I only played through the first half of it. So here's what I would do. I would play through beating the 8 robot masters, like the 8 Mavericks, and then I would just play through their stage over and over and over again. Little realizing that was not what most people do, right? This is kind of what I do now, right? Ouch. When I do a build run, right? Like I play through the game again with a different kind of theme in mind. And that's kind of how I got started doing build runs, right? I did them as a kid. Assuming you didn't like the series, but if you ever played Dot Hack, you would have definitely loved this inventory system as they carry through the games and allowed you to get special items. I was a total pack rat as well, and it made me so happy when it was actually worth something. That's awesome. I actually didn't know that. I've seen Dot Hack played a little bit. I'm willing to give it a go. You know, not my favorite setting, but if it's got some good RPG elements, that would be cool. Anything over here? No. Nope. But yeah, so I used to play through Mega Man X, and it was like, okay, I'm gonna go through all of the 8 Maverick stages again, but this time I'm going to, you know, only use the fire weapon and just do that, right? And that's just what I always did as a kid, and it just kind of stuck with me to play that way. Because what really bums me out is when I play an RPG and it's kind of like, how do you beat this boss? You beat the boss the way the game tells you to beat the boss. And it's like kind of like, well, that's not fun. Why am I? Again, it's kind of like, why am I here? If the game is just like, if the way to beat the boss is this way, then that's kind of like not as interesting. And there are exceptions, right? Like, I love Zelda games, but and we all know that Zelda games, most of the time you're fighting bosses the way the game wants you to. That's why I was so blown away by Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild was so good. I went in blind, not knowing anything about Breath of the Wild, and I was like, yeah, it's gonna be Zelda. It's gonna be like, you go in the dungeon, you find the item of the dungeon, you beat the boss with the item. There you go, right? I play Zelda enough for the RPG elements, but for the, you know, just the fun adventure of it. But when I was blown away with Zelda's take on things in Breath of the Wild. Oh, get killed! Okay. Alright, it's fine. That's fine. Okay, good. So that's kind of like my concern about what I saw in the 7 remake trailer, or like the gameplay, where like, I saw this Guard Scorpion fight and I was like, boy, it really seems like the way to beat this boss is OP half-life time. Don't worry, his HP is not like absurd. Because he's a boss from the main game and not from a player-made mod. All right, so Noah's back, which means we're gonna go fight Madir now. And let's I don't know. I think you're definitely going to like Remnant since you like builds, and they have done a good job updating the games and trying to continually work with the community on different builds. Really sweet. I'll have to give it a shot. Sometimes, you know, there's little niggly things that you can like not like, right, and be like, I wish it wasn't that way, and I'll have to give it a shot. Definitely. But yeah, cause it's fun, right? It's fun when you're given. That's kind of my opinion on like game design. You know, I know a lot about theology. Theology is my passion, right? But Admiral Baru ended up beating the game on the hardest difficulty in his first playthrough, which they said was impossible. So they made a special item for him. Oh, that's awesome! I love that. All the stuff like that. But yeah, theology is my passion, right? But I also know a whole lot of stuff about game design because games are are my hobby. So there's something to be said about game design where. Oh wait. Open up this. Where you. It's no good to kind of like. If you're making an RPG, you need to make sure you give your players enough tools, like a whole toolbox of tools, and then you mess around with those tools, and you come to you make up your own kind of way of going with the game, right? Because there were a lot of moments in Final Fantasy 15, for example, right, where it was very flashy and very cinematic, right? But I didn't feel like I was doing it. Like, I didn't feel like, oh man, this is so cool because like I'm the one who decided to make this happen, right? This is an idea that I had. You know, it was just kind of like push the X button at this point because that's like how the cinematic works, right? I mean, do your time. Okay, Noah, here's what we do. So we're not gonna lock on, and we're gonna stand in front of him, and we're gonna watch what he does. Now you're gonna see how easy he is, because of how he's very easy to control. He's probably gonna start with the rampage. If so, we're just gonna roll to. Yep. We're gonna roll over here, and what we want to do is run to the side because he's gonna turn around, and we can just get a hit in right here. Okay. 2 swipes there. Third one, slam, and then slam. Hit him. And it's the bite, fire breath, run forward to him, and then roll to the left through the fire. Then hit him. Okay, and then he's gonna slam. Slam with the left, slam with the right. Swipe, and then he's done. Hit him. Stand in front of him again. Fire breath, just run away from him. And then back in. Slam with the left, with the right. Swipe, and done. Slam with the left, the right. Swipe, and then slam. You make sure you can try to stay in front of him if you can. If he does this, run to the diagonally over here, and then as he turns the laser up, go run to the side and then into him. Okay. That means that you're gonna dodge the fire and the laser. So he starts the rampage, just run underneath him, run to his left, and then just you're trying to position yourself enough where you can be in the right position where you can punish him out of that rampage. Yes, Madeira is blind. That's why a lot of attacks are very flaily. Slam. So a lot of it is a lot of bite, and then fire breath. Run forward, and roll the left through the fire. Up to his head. Hit him a couple times. What's he gonna do now? Okay, he's gonna do, what is this? That's the charge. Just roll forward through that. He's also a dark creature of darkness. He's a monster. So a lot of this is outspacing him, right? Roll the left fire breath. Back into position. And that's the bite. Fire breath. Let's run toward him. Go through that. Hit him. Should be going to phase 2 soon. See, like, if you see on that side, you can end up right where he is. There you go. That's done. Beautiful. Going into phase 2 now. Back off from him because he's gonna do the big dark burst. Two rampages now. Oh, that's the lead. There you go. Usually he starts with the 2 rampages to start. You can cancel out of it though. And again, it's the double slam and then slam again. Log on to him for this, and then you just run to the side. Just so you can dodge all these attacks while also being able to keep him in your view. Unlock once he's done with that. Swipe. So it's stomp, swipe, and then you know he's done. So this is the rampage. In phase 2, he always does it twice instead of once. So people get confused by him because he's constantly moving around, but not to worry. He'll do it again. There you go. Let him kind of just do his thing. Watch the tail. Because that tail swipe will hurt you. Back to into position. Roar. Walk backward, and then hit him. And again, it's the bite, fire breath. Run forward, left. Slam, swipe, slam, swipe, slam, slam. Yeah. Again, lock on to the left. React to whatever he does in response. Almost perfect there. Oh, my bad spot right here. Almost perfect. Here you just run to the left, and then get back into position with you right in front of him. So what happens in phase 2 where he slams the ground and these come out. Unlock. You don't want to lock on for too long because his head will be bobbing everywhere, causing problems. At this point, I'm just kind of playing with him. Just rolling into him to death. Get back into position. Almost perfect. Almost perfect. I got nicked by one of the pursuer orbs. Okay, you can't be making bosses look this easy. You're making you yourself get too confident. But that's what I'm saying is, that's what makes this game that boss fight so good. It's not like I don't know what he's going to do. Who knows, right? It's like he's very like he does a thing and then he's done. He does the next thing and then he's done, right? And you can hit him, right? And that's what makes him so easy, but not in a bad way. Easy in a fun way, right? It's like a Ceros on crack. Let's see. Or health. All right. 2 to go. So that's how you do a Midir. Midir is just super fun. Once you figure him out, people were getting so frustrated with Midir when he first came out because they were like, how do you even hurt him? Because his head's bobbing around, they're locking onto his head, his head's going like this, and the camera is like flipping out, right? But just stay in front of him. His head's his weak spot. Feel bad for him? Yeah, well. Midir is, it's kind of like the running theme with a lot of Dark Souls characters is the darkness takes hold of people, and Midir was once kind of again like Victorious, right? It was once a one who fought the darkness, but then the darkness overtook him, right? That's a very common theme. So now you have to like deal with this monster who's been taken over by the dark. And once again, and Gale's the same deal. I'm probably gonna have my gear broken here, because this is very hard to get this guy dead. Gonna look for now, but thanks for the friend. Yeah, no problem, man. Can't see anything here. Grammar's bad. dude. There we go. It's extremely hard to not have your gear broken in that little encounter. All right, we got 2 left, I believe. 2 bosses left. We got Gale and final boss. Repair. Okay. And we do have this one NPC over here. We have Shira. We can fight. The area is so cool. Love how just open it is. I think this is like a beta test for Elden Ring, like this, how wide this area is. You just have to touch this other side, the other side of this area. I'll trigger her.
I've searched
There
for
she
the
is.
dark, stricken creature.
Good creature.
I am
Nice.
daughter of the deep, descendant of gods,
Oh,
and trusted
damage you
friend.
do is not very much.
At once, I
See
am
that?
the
See that?
honor
That's
of
the proper
gods,
amount of damage.
The glory of fire and the fear of the earth. Thou shalt not go unpunished for thy treachery, my profanity, and thy shameless yearning.
Like, the amount of damage I'm doing to her is actually it's good. Alright, that should be the last of Restus. Lightning arrow is so hard to predict because you can hold it as long as you want. Yeah, she's out. Oh, you know why it's probably doing no damage because it has such high faith. Nice. He has deflection there. Oh, rolled to death.
Oh, would I ever forgive thy lone kind?
Oh, rude. Oh, she also dropped her... Oh, slab. Oh, and the Chima Filianor. I forgot that you could still get that. Just the Chima Filianor is like the best. If you're doing like a white mage build and like just like doing mass heals, that's the best one. This Sacred Chime expands the range of vicinity affecting miracles that heal, cure, or provide other enhancements. So it increases the range of heals. And increases... Also, the weapon art is unique to it, and you can actually... Normally, when you use a regen effect from a weapon art, you have to keep the talisman, like, equipped to you and then out in your hand. Whereas you don't have to do that with the Chime of Filianor. Okay, we got Gale and Soul of Cinder.
Help me, please. The red.
They're 89. All right. This is another great fight. It feels super good. You know, you're actually doing the fighting, right? It's not just a QTE or anything. It just feels great. All the fights in Ring City, except, well, maybe for Half-Light, except for Half-Light, are all really good. So let's get out of this. Let's get away from this area. A little more of a flat surface. That's the most punishable move he has in phase 1. Oh, that one. Actually, he has a number of them. He has that one. He has the grab attack with the sword. This one right here. You should roll back on that. Did you see his hands come together? That's how you know you can get in on that attack. Oh. Next. Whoop. I took my turn there to heal instead of attack. That's the turn-based nature of the Dark Souls games. I have so much stamina. I'm not used to this. Roll away from this. It's such a tightly made fight, you know. It's so good. And again, you're not restricted in what you can do here. It's not like, oh, you make sure you parry him, otherwise you die, you know. No, it's just like it's a well-made fight. It feels great. I'm too fast for you. I'm a speedster. Too fast for you. Look at that. I can like swing, 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 and then boom, I'm out. I think phase 2 is probably the hardest. Phase 3 is actually pretty easy. He's a very, very punishable thing right here. But this build might be a little bit longer though because of. I forgot about that attack. It's so sweet. A sweet looking, man. damage is pretty bad here, so. So I'm kind of being a little more aggressive than I usually am. Just kind of hastening the fight a little bit. Punch it, get out, you know? Oh, this is such a tightly made fight, man. To the left. We can probably just roll into him now the rest of this fight. Front flip. That's a good fight, man. Good job, Gale. Okay. Sure, let's go for more health. Alright, I think we've done everything else. Now, the first flame. We've done Aimless King. We've done Old Demon King. Yep, I think we're good to go. A quick stream tonight, it seems. I usually like to stream for at least 2 hours. This is going a lot faster than I thought it would. Who knows? Maybe I'll die a bunch to Soul of Cinder. All right, let's see how this damage is. Oh, it's not bad. We're seeing yellow, right? So that's a good thing. I actually find Soul Cinder kind of hard because of all of his delays. Like that. Attack is so delayed. Mad. Nope. Gwyn, though, like phase 2 actually is, I think, is easier though. So don't do that. Nice. Yeah, but lady. I do love the fight though, like the idea of it, the variety of abilities he has. They worked a lot. They worked hard on this boss fight. He has like 50 abilities. I haven't actually counted them, but if you count every sort of variation of a swing, which I do, because that's generally how you count them. He's got so many. Every swing and every ability. You count all of them together. Can't pause the game. Look at this. This camera is so good. I wish other action games could get their cameras right, like in Dark Souls. Oh, mage form is so silly. How punishable he is in this mode. Get out of that. Out of that fog. See how balanced he is? Like, he even gives you a chance to heal. Look at that. It's so good. He's not, like, relentless, you know? Nice. The Magnoa. It rolls to the right there rather than back. It's always a dangerous thing to roll back on a spear boy. That's again. This is why this fight. You can clearly tell they put a lot of effort into this fight, and a lot of work in all how many abilities he has. Everyone dies to Soul Cinder. Soul Cinder is pretty tough. Yeah, it's definitely. See how he gives you time to heal? Doesn't happen with Win. Here it's like he's a very fair fight though, because he does give you a chance. He can make a mistake, right? One of my favorite bosses in DS3 though. Yeah, he's amazing. He's great. Also, the song is awesome. He's healing right now. That's what he does when he has that golden light around him. Look at that opening there. Okay. So this is mage form, mage mode. Usually very punishable. Look at the lock on in this game. Like it's just so good. Like the lock on will be like, you know, if you're locked onto a guy, the camera will stay keep him locked on the middle, right in the middle of your screen, and that's what you want, right? Missed the demo. Maybe he said he was going to intentionally die so that the stream could go over his normal 2 hours. I didn't say that. I just said that who knows? I might die for another 30 minutes. Ooh! Ooh, that was slick. I actually snuck a punch in there. Dang. This build actually is quite fast. I'm not used to builds that are this quick. Actually able to get like little punches in here and there. It's kind of cool. And my health, I have like no health, but that was a delay. Oh. Alright. This, I find this phase to be easier, but we'll see what he does. And hands up. Yep. 2, 3, 4, and 5 for pushing for 5. Run back in. Oh, I dodged that? Oh, nice. Whoa. Oh, that grab would have killed me. Back away. Go for the heal there. Just top off. Thanks for the free hits. Oh, I missed a couple of hits there. You gotta like roll just as the lightning is coming down to dodge that. Oh no, you're dead! Never see your pog. I feel like I did about half the bosses by just rolling into them. I feel like if I just I could definitely do a roll only build, and just roll exclusively. It would take a while. It would be kind of tedious, but definitely doable. Oh, so there you go. That's a pretty interesting build. Pretty interesting. Doing doing damage via rolls is a very interesting idea, and wasn't doing that much damage, so I only had an AR of 389, so which is definitely below average at this point. But yeah, the build was really quick though. Like, I was able to just like sneak in a punch there, and like, you know, I did it, Noah, as per your request. We have done the flash run. So I'm so fast, you didn't even see it. You didn't even see me. I just like. And my lightning fists say yes to the victory that is ours. Well then, next time, I think we're gonna have to. Wait, you did? Did you do the run already? Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, I don't know. Want me to do it again? There. That was the New Game Plus was even tougher, I think, than the last time. But overall, I think it was about the same difficulty. Yeah, nice suggestion, Noah. The Flash has now conquered. He's beaten Reverse Flash. If I'm not sure who the arch villain of it is. Oh my gosh, Noah has highlighted a message. Noah has highlighted a message. Okay, so I guess we're gonna end the stream early tonight, guys. Quick one today. I think, let's see, on Friday, we're going to do, it goes like 3 hours of CS channel points. You'll get them back. It's fine. Yeah, the highlight message thing is like a default option, and it's really more for people who, like, for people who have like really big chats that are super busy. So, but yes, on Friday we're either going to do Tales of Symphonia, because that was Mega Man X's request, Mega Man X-Bit's request, and we'll start that, or we'll do a Dark Souls 2 playthrough, because I haven't touched Dark Souls 2 in ages, and I really want to do a run in Dark Souls 2, but I'm not sure what run it would even be. So, do I get to 100,000 to get VIP badge? Yeah, I want to give you the VIP badge. It's super exclusive. That's why I made it so expensive. Only for the most hardcore architects in the chat. Okay, so I guess from here we'll do that. So I'll have to just decide at the time. I'm at 16K. You're still, yeah, that's pretty far. Not sure how much time that would take to get, but all right, everyone. Let me just quickly see if there's anyone who we can host. Wachula is streaming. Yes. Yes. Okay, guys, we're absolutely gonna do this. Wait, before you guys go, help me raid. Everyone, help me raid. Wachula, let's raid Wachula. Everyone, come with me. Just to say hello to everyone. Just tell them I sent you. I'll be going over to Wachula's as well. But good night, everyone. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you guys over there. Thank you very much.